Okay, Michael Strahan, a Hall of Fame defensive end, was asked about Aidan Hutchinson this week down at the Super Bowl. And I'll have what he had to say and also compare his numbers to Aidan Hutchinson's numbers his rookie year. Kind of interesting, and see what you can kind of project for next year, even for Aidan Hutchinson. But if you remember, Hutchinson, 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 9 tackles for loss, and 2 fumble recoveries. He said he's never touched the ball so much in his life with the 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, or excuse me, 2 fumble recoveries. And so here's what Strahan had to say. I just think he's going to be a future star, said the Fox Sports analyst, which, by the way, Fox Sports, that crew at halftime, oh my gosh, unwatchable. I'm sorry. I just can't watch them, and I think it's because I know that they don't know anything about the Lions, and they try to just throw stuff in. It's like, you guys haven't watched a game of the Lions, and it's like, all right, we got a 2-minute promo, or 2-minute halftime. Say something about the Lions. It's like, oh, they're tough. And it's like, you guys don't even watch. Sorry, but Strahan knows defensive ends. He knows Hutchinson, so maybe may not know that the team. He's been watching Hutchinson. He made a lot of plays that stars make their rookie year. The future is really, really bright. I'm excited. I think that everyone thinks that because you're the number 2 pick, that you're going to come in and instantly have success, and it's a different level, completely different level. He's so right. If you're drafted in the top 10, it's like, oh, come on in, be great. And it's like the NFL game is completely different, especially at that position. You just don't know. And so for him to have 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, play every game too, by the way, 9 tackles for loss. I mean, it's really good stuff. So love that he said that. And then Hutchinson is in the running for defensive rookie of the year. We'll see if he can do that. Sauce Gardner's out there, of course, but I just think that Aidan Hutchinson had just such an incredible year that it's hard to look past that. Who cares if he wins defensive rookie of the year? He's our guy for a long time to come. You've got that anchor defensive end. So let's look at Michael Strahan. So back in 93, they didn't keep track of tackles or anything like that. So he played 9 games his rookie year and got 1 sack. Next year, 4.5 sacks. The year after that, 7.5, and then 5. So just, solid his first 4 years. I mean, think about that. Aidan Hutchinson's already doing this in his first year. In Strahan's fifth year, I mean, then he was incredible. 14 sacks, 15 sacks, 22 sacks in 2001. I mean, the guy could get to the quarterback. He had up and down years. Obviously it's football. You're going to be injured. You're going to be in. You're going to be out. But I mean, when he put together some years, it was like, holy smokes, 14, 15 sacks, 22, 18, 11, 11. So incredible that he was able to do that. And my point in showing you this is even the all-time great, 4 years of, very solid, 7.5 sacks there, year 3. I mean, very solid. But I mean, for Aidan Hutchinson to already be doing what he's doing at 9.5 sacks, you look at it here, he didn't do that until year 5. Year 5 is when he started to do that. So if he's already doing it now, again, there's a lot that can happen in football. Injuries. He could be out for an entire year. I mean, there's just so many things that can happen. But when you look at Hutchinson and what he really did, and just around the ball and interceptions and just a football player. And when he came when he was going into the draft, Craig and I were like, I just don't know if him being a football player, being a good, teammate at Michigan is really going to be the difference in what you need to be in the NFL. We were wrong. He is great because he is a football player. And I don't know if you know what I'm saying when I say that. There's certain guys that they're just around the ball. The ball finds them. They know how to get to the quarterback. They know how to tackle. They know how to score. They know how to, those are the guys that they might not be the fastest, biggest, all this stuff, because remember, his measurables, very good, but you just didn't look at him like a Bosa. And these Bosa dudes just look different out there. So it's like, well, he's not a Bosa, so he probably, who knows, this and that. Wrong. I was so wrong on him. I mean, I knew he'd be a really nice player, but 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles. He forced a fumble there, by the way, on Aaron Rodgers last game of the season. Let me know if you saw that. Clearly out. And by the way, refs, just let it go. If the ball is loose, I'm gonna go on a little rant here real quick. Hear me out. Let me know your thoughts on this quickly. If the ball is ever just loose and someone has dropped the ball, let's let it play out. We can always go back and say, oh, yeah, it wasn't a fumble. But most of the time, when the ball is loose on the ground, it was dropped by someone, and it typically was not the ground causing it or whatever, right? It just odds are it was a fumble. So let the play. It's just they come in, they blow the whistle. No, 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 no. It's like, why do you say that? How do you know that? You don't know that. In fact, the odds are that it was probably a fumble. Let's just let it play out. Somebody grab the ball, and then we'll go to replay. Okay, it wasn't. Sorry. Officiating is just wow, unbelievable. So sorry. Back to this. Let me know your thoughts about Aidan Hutchinson. Where do you think he's going? I mean, was that just a outstanding rookie year? And hey, if he stays right here, 9 sacks every year, shoot, take that all day long. Or is he Michael Strahan type Hall of Fame lookout? He could get 12, 13, 15 sacks in a season. I mean, the thing about sacks is sometimes they come to you, sometimes they don't, and you can be a great player and end up with 6 sacks. It just didn't come to you that year. The quarterback, it just there's things that can happen. Whereas you can be a great player, things kind of go your way, like you did this year with Hutchinson. He was around the ball, had opportunities to make interceptions, and made them. Same thing here. He could be around, have some opportunities to get some sacks, and actually make it happen. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. Make sure keep an eye out for Craig and I in the memberships. Join to be a member, and because a lot coming with the draft, free agency. So basically, what we're looking at is drafts coming up at the end of April, and free agency in the meantime, and new league year, OTAs, rookie mini camp, kind of break for the summer. Then it's right into training camp season. And here we go again with the expectations high as ever for the Detroit Lions as they try to make the playoffs, win the division, just win the division, home playoff game. Ford Field will literally crumble with the noise. I mean, things will break and they'll have to cancel the game and the other team will forfeit because the rafters will be bending of the crowd noise. So I don't see why we lose that game if we get a home playoff game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. See you on the next one.